Well, today we're going to look at subtracting polynomials. So again, polynomials are just expressions that have more than one term in them. Instead of adding them like we saw in the last video, we have a minus sign in between them. So it's going to work fairly similarly to what we just seen. When you have two polynomials, or sometimes more than two polynomials, and you see a minus sign in between them, you are not going to just combine like terms. There's something else you have to do first. The first thing you need to do is distribute the negative, and then you can combine like terms. I'm going to abbreviate that as CLT. So first thing we'll need to do is just distribute the negative, then combine like terms. If it helps you, you can rewrite this whole expression, although that's a lot of extra writing you won't have to do. So nothing is going to change about the first set of parentheses because there's not a minus sign in front of it. Anything that does have a minus sign in front of it, though, we need to distribute the negative. So negative 7 times, or you can think of multiplying by negative 1, whatever makes sense to you. Negative 1 times 7 is negative 7x squared. Negative 1 times negative 7x is plus 7x. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Negative 1 times negative 2x to the third is positive 2x to the third. Once you're done distributing your negative, that might be kind of distracting to look at. So if you want to scribble out once you're done with all of that, just so you don't have as many things to look at, that's fine. Now, I'm not done yet though, because I still need to combine these with these. So I'm looking for like terms to combine just like we did when we added. I usually start with the biggest exponent, so let's do it that way. 8x to the third, 2x to the third. 8 plus 2 gives me 10x to the third. So again, once you've distributed your negative, you're just adding like terms like we did before. Next exponent would be squareds. Negative 4x squared, negative 7x squared. Negative 4 minus 7 gives me negative 11x squared. Regular x's, 6x plus 7x gives us 13x. And then last but not least, negative 7 plus 1 is negative 6. Double check your answer here. We don't have any like terms, so we are finished. Let's try another one. So again, nothing changes about this first set of parentheses. If you want to rewrite them down just so everything's in line with each other, you can, or you can just keep them where they are. We do, however, need to distribute that negative, which is like multiplying by negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 3 into the third is positive 3 into the third. Negative 1 times 2 into the fourth is negative 2 into the fourth. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Now we combine like terms, starting with our biggest exponent, which is fourth power. 4 n to the fourth minus 2 n to the fourth is 2n to the fourth. And I forgot, if we want to scribble this out so it's not distracting us, we can do that. Okay, next up would be third powers. Negative 8 plus 3 gives me negative 5 n to the third. I only have one n squared term out of all of this. So 2n squared is going to stay the same. Nothing changes about it. And then last but not least, regular numbers. Negative 2 plus 1, negative 1. Double check your answer. We don't have any like terms, so we are finished. These last two aren't really any different. There's just more stuff going on. The first set of parentheses in both of these doesn't have a negative in front, so we get to keep those things the same. However, there's a negative in front of all of these, so before we can do anything with those, we'll need to distribute our negatives. Let's go ahead and do that for this first one here. So I need to distribute a negative here and a negative here. Like I said, this stuff isn't getting messed with, so let's not bother it. We get negative 2x squared. Negative times negative makes a positive 5x to the third, minus 5x. Negative negative gives us a plus 1 here. Now go on to the other set of parentheses. If we want to scratch that out, we can. Negative 1 times 7x is negative 7x. Negative negative gives us a plus 6x to the third here. And then negative 3x squared. So now I'm combining like terms between these things. make sure you get everything accounted for. Out of all of this, the highest exponent I see is 3. So I have 6x to the third, 5x to the third, 6x to the third, 6 plus 5 plus 6 gives us 17x to the third as part of our final answer. Squareds, 8 minus 2 minus 3. 8 minus 2 minus 3 gives us positive 3x squared. By the way, you're welcome to use a calculator to help you with all your adding and subtracting if you would like. Regular x's. So regular x or 1x minus 5x minus 7x. 1 minus 5 minus 7 is negative 11 with an x. And then let's see, did we get everything? We still have a plus 1. Nothing is going to change about that plus 1 because it's the only number in the whole shebang. So we need to make sure we include a plus 1 at the end for our final answer. Let's try one more. So once again, any sets of parentheses with a negative in front, we need to distribute that negative. I get negative 3x to the third. Negative negative gives me a plus 3 here. Negative negative gives me a plus x squared here. Negative negative gives me positive x here. Once you've distributed, if you want to scrabble that out, you can. I also need to distribute a negative here because there's a minus sign in front. Negative 2x to the fourth. Negative negative gives that a positive 5x. And then I get a negative 6x to the third. Scratch that out if you'd like. We are nearly done. We just need to combine all of our like terms. Taking a quick look here, the biggest exponents we have are fourth powers. Negative 3 minus 2 gives me negative 5x to the fourth. Third powers, 8 minus 3 minus 6. 8 minus 3 minus 6 is negative 1, or you can just write negative. So you can either do negative 1x third or just negative x to the third. Whatever makes sense for you makes me happy. X squared, negative 2, hidden 1, and that's it. So negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. So you can either do negative 1x squared or negative x squared, whatever makes you happy. And then what else can we combine? Regular x's. X plus 5x, that's like a 1x if it helps you. 1 plus 5 is 6x. And then numbers. Negative 7 plus 3 is negative 4. Double check your final answer. Do we have any like terms? We do not. So this right here is all finished. That is it for subtracting polynomials. Once again, your clue that you are subtracting is that you have a minus sign in front of your set of parentheses. When you're subtracting, you need to distribute that negative. Once you've distributed a negative, it's just a matter of combining like terms. Have a wonderful day.